We'll get started here. We'll start with Mark Dever.
Good morning, Aaron.
Morning.
What were your feelings when you got the call from USA Hockey?
Yeah, obviously, crazy call to get. It was a lot of emotions. I think you're so excited, but it's more of a shock. I think right away you don't really understand the gravity of the situation. You're going to go play in the Olympics, so it was obviously incredible call to get, and just super excited to be a part of it.
Have you been to that part of the world before?
No, I haven't. I played the under 18s with Team USA at the national program. It was in Russia, so a little closer, I guess. But yeah, nothing like this. It's going to be pretty cool.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
Patrick Williams, go ahead.
Aaron, congratulations. What do you expect from this event? I mean, is it the type of situation where you don't really know what it will be like until you actually get into it and experience it firsthand?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Olympics, right? It's the biggest stage, so I think the whole team's expecting big things, and we're going over there to win a medal. So I think that's obviously the mindset, and it's going to be really exciting. I think, like I said, a stage that big, I don't think you can really, put your mind around it until you really get over there, really start to experience it, get on the ice, start playing with the guys. So it's going to be exciting.
Thank you.
Andrew, go ahead.
Hey, Aaron, thanks a lot for taking the time this morning. Coming at you from Hershey, Pennsylvania, I'm just wondering, Borky was on the Olympic team 4 years ago. Do you reach out to him as one of the former teammates to say hey, what can I expect? Just like the entire process from the time you're told that this is going to happen, because it is kind of a short time period from when you're notified to when you're getting over there.
Yeah, for sure. I've reached out to a few guys that have played in the past, and I think honestly the biggest thing you reach out to them for is advice on what to pack, what to bring, what you're going to need, stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it's hockey, right? So we've been doing it for a long time. I think everyone understands the game and that side of it. So I think for me, it's just logistics stuff. And, I reached out to a few guys and they've been great. I spoke with David Leggio a little bit and guys like that. So it's, there's a hockey community is a great community, and I've kept in touch with a lot of guys that I played with in the past, and they've been great and helping along the way and making an easy transition to go over and play.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Deanna, go ahead.
So first of all, congratulations. Could you kind of take us through how you were selected to the team, as well as your family's response whenever you told them?
Yeah, it was pretty fast paced. Obviously, the NHL decided not to go over, and a couple of days or a week or so after that, I got a call from USA Hockey, and obviously just super excited. I mean, I called my family right away. I told my wife, she's with me, and I don't think either of us really understood the gravity of the situation. And I called my family and told all of them, and kind of the same thing. Everyone was very excited, but I don't think you understand. It's the Olympics, so it took a couple of days to sink in, I think, and yeah, I think everyone's super excited now. Everyone's excited to watch and excited for the tournament to start up.
Chaz, go ahead.
Hey, Aaron, Chaz Moots from Lakeland News here in good old Bemidji, Minnesota. You represented, obviously, Roseau green and white when you put on that sweater, and then Minnesota with a red and maroon sweater. Now you're going to be representing the U.S. with a red, white, and blue sweater. I guess just kind of how special has it been to represent the first two, and then now you're going to be representing your home country?
Yeah, absolutely. I know Roseau, it's one of the reasons I'm here. I think that city is second to none when it comes to hockey, and I just think for me, it was the availability of ice time, the people there, love for the game up there. It's really second to none, and it's a big reason why I'm here. And then obviously I was fortunate enough to play at University of Minnesota and put that jersey on. It's anytime you play for your home state and be close to family like that, it was a great experience. And I loved every second of that. And as far as the red, white, and blue goes, it's I've been fortunate enough to do it before on, tournaments when you're younger and stuff like that growing up, but not on this stage, not to this magnitude. So it's going to be an incredible feeling. I'm really looking forward to it. And, one I don't think I can describe until I really put it on.
And then talking about Roseau again, I guess what are some of the skills or maybe just the passion of the game that you learn most at Memorial Arena or the North Rink there in Roseau?
Yeah, I think that's what's so great about the city. I tell people this all the time, but when I was growing up, we used to sleep at the rink. Like we had a futon at our rink and we would sleep there with my buddies and we'd skate at 2-3 in the morning if we were bored or awake or whatever. So, I think it's the people is what kind of starts that trend and that tradition. I grew up with a lot of great hockey players, a lot of great guys, and a lot of guys are passionate about hockey. So we kind of grew up together that way and really put a lot of time in, a lot of work, and for that to even be an option, I think it isn't really around much anymore. So it was special growing up there. I loved it, and it's a great place to raise a family and raise hockey players.
Michael, go ahead.
Morning, Aaron. Congrats. You mentioned the U18s that you played in. Obviously it's a little different perspective as a younger guy, but what are some of your memories of that tournament?
Yeah, it was. I remember I roomed with Jordan Schrader. I was going to school with him the year after, so I got to know him a little better and kind of figure each other out a little bit. But yeah, I think being in a different country it's obviously difficult. It's not it's just different, right? Everything's different. So I think the biggest thing is to get acclimated as soon as possible, whether it's time change, food, whatever, and just try to get into a tournament and understand that every game counts and it starts right away. So I think just being ready and focused right out of the gate is going to be a big piece.
Talking to David Leggio too, he's always got that unique perspective. What did he tell you about going over there?
He told me to pack light. That was the biggest thing. I think he was saying we get a lot of stuff and keeps it easy on the way back and the way there. So we just spoke a little bit about just stuff like that, just little things that he kind of learned and picked up on and saw when he was there, and it was a big help.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Dibs.
Aaron, what are the logistics of getting over there? Are you meeting up with your teammates and all going together? And when is your last game in Providence before the Olympics?
Yeah, we're actually heading over. We get to California, I think it leaves Sunday. So we're heading over there and have a couple practices, get everybody together, do that. And I think the majority of everybody will be there. And then we fly over to Beijing on the 2nd, I believe, and just in time for opening ceremonies, which is going to be another incredible experience. I'm really looking forward to that side of it too.
Thanks.
Patrick, go ahead.
Aaron, what was your reaction inside the the Providence room there? You got players from all different countries, but how did they react when they got the news about you?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, it's obviously a great group of guys here, and you get really close to your team really fast. And I think these guys, just a lot of support. And I know they're all gonna be watching and cheering on from back here, no matter what country they're from. So it's pretty cool. I mean, to know that they're watching back here and cheering along, and just great support from everyone, the staff, the players, the coaches, organization. It's been second to none.
And then you went through a unique year last year. You only had one game with Arizona, and it was a tough free agent market this summer. So, does this sort of validate going year to year, grinding for contracts and everything that a player like you has to go through?
Yeah, I think last year was difficult. Obviously, the situation is difficult on everybody. I think not just in the hockey community. And it's some interesting times we're living through right now. And I think, it's part of it. And that's the journey and the path that has led me here, and lucky enough to go represent our country and go play in the Olympics. So to me, everything happens for a reason. Everything worked out, and I'm super excited to get over there and get started.
Go ahead, Deanna.
So you've played in the AHL and the NHL. Out of those levels, where does this achievement of now being called an Olympian rank?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of in a separate category, honestly. I just think that, the NHL and the AHL, you play on a team, obviously, but part of that's a little bit individual because you work your whole life to get to the NHL and everyone's trying to get to the NHL. And I think this is something, so much different, so much more of a team aspect. And you're going over there to win a gold medal. You're not necessarily concerned with, stats, numbers, stuff like that. I think it's a little bit different on that side of it. I think it's just such a community feel. It's not just the team in that city, it's your whole country you're representing. So I think that's, maybe where it differs a little bit, but obviously, you grow your whole life playing the NHL. I don't think the Olympics is necessarily on your mind until it comes. So it's just something I'm really excited for, and it's going to be a great group of guys over there, and looking forward to heading out.
Are there any specific players on this roster that you're looking forward to playing with more, or are you just generally excited for the experience and the bonding?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of great hockey players. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what a lot of these guys have. I know a few guys from the past I've either played against or with, and obviously looking forward to seeing a few buddies that I know and meeting up with them in California. So it's a great group, and it should be exciting to see what we can do.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Aaron, obviously in your playing career, you've had experiences, all-star games or things where you just basically go out there, drop the pucks and play. But with, trying to get that gold medal, you said you were going to be in California for a couple practices and things. How does a team come together? Like, what do you specifically look for in that short amount of time? And is there a lot of conversations off the ice to try and build chemistry to make sure there's like a bond there for a team?
For sure. Yeah. I think USA Hockey's already done a great job of starting that bond. I think it's whether it's Zoom calls or meetings or, just stuff like that. I think once the team's picked, you hit the ground running. I think they've done a great job with that. And, you already feel closer to some of these guys than maybe you would have prior just meeting in California. So I think that's kind of the world we live in now. We have that option to do stuff like we're doing right now. I think, maybe prior that wasn't necessarily out there. So I think, they're doing a great job of hitting it right away and getting ready and getting things ready. And, a lot of the hockey stuff will come pretty fast. We've all played hockey long enough. We've played different teams, different systems, different groups and stuff like that. And I think, a lot of the teams are in the same boat as well. So I think whoever can come together faster, it's going to be a big difference.
And you kind of mentioned it's still surreal times. They're going to have restrictions over there. Saw something about USA recommending burner phones for athletes. If this was just like normal times and things were kind of completely normal, is there one thing that you'd want to experience while you're over there if you were able to get outside the village?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't know the area all that well, but I think for me, it's what I'm most excited for now. I mean, you said if the times are different, but I think the biggest thing, whether they're different or the same, I think is to watch some of the other sports. I think that's going to be, the most incredible thing. I mean, some of the best athletes in the world be able to watch what they do and what they can do in a sport that I have no idea what I'm looking at or watching is going to be pretty fun. I think that's going to be something I'm definitely looking forward to.
Chaz, go ahead.
Aaron, like you said, it's kind of like a unique situation, but you never know how things are going to turn out. Did you think at some point, like, maybe this doesn't look like it's going to be something for me, Olympics? I know you say you think about it until it happens, but it's crazy how everything kind of worked out and how grateful for you that the way it did work out.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to my wife the other day. It's almost like, the last season was pretty difficult. And I think now, like I said earlier, I think it almost was meant to be. I mean, to get this opportunity is pretty rare, and a lot of things had to go right at the right time. So obviously for me and my family, it's going to be an incredible experience. And like you said, it's just been a lot of grinding along the way, and for something to fall in your lap like this, I mean, it's once in a lifetime. So we're all really, really excited.
Go ahead, Deanna.
So this is going to be the youngest roster that Team USA has sent to the game since 1994. I mean, we're going to see players coming in while they're still in college or just getting their career started. Have you talked with the GM or David Quinn about your specific role on this team? And does that change how you approach this?
You know, I think at the end of the day, they picked me for a reason. And I think, you know, I think over the years, I think I've adapted more into that leadership role. And I think they understand that too. So for me, I think that's kind of my mindset is for a lot of these teams and you get picked for stuff like this, not a lot you need to change necessarily unless, you know, asked to do so. So we've had a few conversations. I think for me, just to try help the younger guys out is going to be maybe something that I'll look forward to do. I think, but at the same time, it's my first Olympics too. I was saying this the other day. It's like, you know, I had a question of, you know, what I'm going to tell these guys or how I'm going to help them along the way. And we're all in this together. I think that's what I'm going to tell them. I think this is a first for everybody. And as far as the hockey stuff goes, I'll help along the way as much as I can, but they're all great hockey players and great people. So I don't know if much will need to be said or done, but when it does, I look forward to being there to do so.
Last one, we'll go to Patrick Williams.
Yes, Aaron. You know, a number of AHL players are being picked both for US, Canada. What does that say about the quality of the league that the AHL was placed at national federations came to right away when the NHL thing fell through? Yeah,
for sure. I think the American League is an incredible league. I think there's a lot of incredible players and guys that are just kind of scratching at the NHL. So it's the AHL has always done a great job in developing players and getting guys ready for the next stage. So I think you know, the league keeps getting deeper and deeper, you know, and everyone's getting better every year. So I think to be a part of this league for this long has been awesome. And hopefully I can continue to play in the United States and the American Hockey League or even the NHL later in my career.
Thank you.